Welcome into the Pillow Talk edition of the second of two streams that I, Pugs Parker, do each and every day. The first one is called High Noon. It comes on at noon Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday. It's topics, it's trends, it's current events, pop culture, whatever it is that's happening in the world. I try and bring it to you. Fresh, hot takes. And, just give you a nice little rundown of all the things that you need to know so that when you're out in the world, when you're out in the wild and bumping into pedestrians, you got something to talk to them about. And God forbid they say to you, hey, did you hear about it? You could say, yes, I did, because I listened to High Noon. I do 2 streams a day. I do that one all by my lonesome. But then this is the heavy lifting. For this one, I have to bring in James Parker. We call it Pugs Parker. Proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. This one airs every Monday through Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Welcome, James Parker.
Well, welcome. Good to be back here. How you doing? Did you have a great Thursday? Everyone doing okay? Because for us, this is Friday, because we don't do a Friday show. So this is our Friday.
That's right. Well, yeah, except you go to work tomorrow and I put a show together tomorrow. So we both still have stuff to do. It ain't like, it is working. What up, Jeff? What up, Brady? What up, Kenny? Kenny's here. Where's Kenny at? John, you're in Toronto? John's up there in Toronto. John gets around so much. I'll tell you, this guy's in a different city every single day. Where's your friend? I hooked them up. I don't know. I hooked her up. Her? Yeah, we covered that, right? That's proper.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I don't know where. Okay. How are you, James?
Oh, I'm good.
What's new with you today? Byron's here. What's up, Byron? What's new with you today? You got anything? Lay something on me right here at the top of the show.
Well, wife wanted to join the tennis club because, we just have so much money coming in. Why cut back on expenses?
You're bougie as hell, but go ahead.
I know. No, it's not that much. It's like $160 for the whole family a month. So,
a month?
Yeah, that's not too bad. But it ain't that nice either. So it's, a swimming pool and some tennis courts and a weight room. That's about it. But
now, is there a limit? Do they know you have like 15 kids? Or
yeah, they stop counting after 2 kids or something like that. Or you just get the family plan and it's $160 a month. That's not too bad.
It's not bad at all. That is not bad at all.
But school just got out like a week ago, and so now everybody is going to the athletic club, and so it's super busy. And I do not mind at all because the level of beauty that is just gracing the halls of this place is staggering, Pugs. It is
really?
It will floor you.
Of course, you're talking about the architectural landscaping and the attention that they give to the flowers and the annuals and no.
I imagine it's better where you're at in Highland Park, but this is far above what a medium-sized town of 100,000 people should be spitting out.
Oh, you're talking about sexies. You're talking about sexies walking around. Yeah. So you got a high concentration of sexies there at the tennis club, at least for Tyler. It's like every sexy in Tyler is all gathered in one location for the summer.
I bet it's like this at every athletic club. Now, when I was here, like around college years, I did go to athletic clubs in high school and stuff with friends, and I remember there being a ton of beautiful chicks. But it was the norm. It was my equilibrium. Then I left that world, and I've been gone for 20 years, and I finally came back, and it's staggering. I've forgotten how well these people are doing over here.
Well, first of all, let me point something out to you. You probably don't realize this, although you have spent time away from Texas. Texas has one of the highest concentrations of 8s and above anywhere in the entire freaking country.
Better than New Orleans.
Better than Illinois. When I first moved down to Texas, I was hanging out with a guy, and this dude, we were waiting to meet his girlfriend. He left to go pick up his girlfriend. And, just as guys do, I go, what's his girlfriend like? And the guy goes, she's all right. And I go, no, like he was talking about sexiness. And I go, no, I mean, is she cool? He's like, yeah, no, she's cool. She's not that hot though. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he shows up with this girl. This girl is easily an 8. So I'm like, what do you mean not that hot? And I thought he was nuts. And then I was down here for a couple more weeks and I went, damn it, he's right. She is not that hot. That's the talent that is down here. She is easily a Chicago 8, but she was like a North Dallas 6. It's crazy the amount. I used to always say, man, all you got to do is look at porn or go grab any random Playboy from any year. And I don't care if you need to go all the way back to the 1950s. Grab a random Playboy, go to the centerfold. She's from Texas. It's like they just fall off of trees here, and I have a theory as to why that is.
Do we go into that rabbit hole? Because that sounds like an interesting theory that dirtbags like us would enjoy.
Yeah, my theory as to why women are better looking in Dallas is because there is a completely different culture surrounding the male-female dynamic here. Guys are the quarterback and girls are the cheerleaders. Good, that's very traditional, and it really hasn't changed in the way that it's changed elsewhere. I'll give you an example. Women in the Midwest, when they go to the grocery store, they wear sweatpants, a dirty t-shirt, pull their hair back in a ponytail, and then they just go to the grocery store. Girls in Dallas, they go to the grocery store like they're stepping out for a Friday night. They put their face on, they put their hair on, they dress to the nines, and it's all because of the gender roles that I think are more traditional here in Texas.
No,
Where
I hear you. That sounds like New Orleans was like that.
women
New
try
Orleans. Well, no. New Orleans, they didn't try. New Orleans, they would
hard.
just go to the grocery store in jeans and a t-shirt with their hair pulled up and no makeup.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's like, look, I mean, I know it takes a little bit of time, and makeup's cheap. Just a little bit of effort. Because New Orleans is like king of the sixes, man. That's what they have. They have all kinds of ladies that if they just put in a little bit of effort. I'm not saying you got to go out and do CrossFit and run triathlons, but you could
But you
skip
are. You kind of are. You kind of that's what you
a little
want.
bit of makeup, a little bit of attention to your clothing, a little bit of attention to
Yeah.
your hair, a little bit of attention to your diet, just this much exercise. Just try not to be the weakest human being you can possibly be. And all that takes is 5 minutes of exercise, a week. Anything, just try. And
Well, let's just assuming that they have nice bodies. I'm talking about the other things, the putting the spending time on your hair before you go to the grocery store, the doing of makeup before you go to the grocery store, the pulling out a specific outfit so you look cute at the grocery store, right? These are things that seem to be important to women down here that are not all that important to women in the Midwest, right?
okay, you're only halfway there though. Because the other half of that is you add in the small town dynamic where if you go to the grocery store, you're probably going to see someone that you know. So,
Everybody.
so you can't go to the grocery store looking haggard. You can't let yourself go. You can't just run around without makeup with your hair pulled up. I mean, you can if that's who you want to be. If you want to be the trash looking person who can't even get it together to go to the produce aisle, there's a built-in incentive that is exponentially bigger than Dallas when you add in the small town factor.
Now, let me give you the flip side of this because I was only speaking aesthetically about the way they look when they go to these stores. There is a much higher degree of grift going on with Dallas women. They are being phony balonies. They are when you see them, when you actually get it, you see them at the grocery store and you're like, oh my God, she's an 8. And then you actually end up having a relationship with her and you find out that she's just a standard 5. It's just that she works harder to sort of amplify all of the things that she's got. Whereas a Midwestern girl, you see her in her ski hat and her parka and she's at the store and it's cold and all that. If she's cute through and through. She's going to give you the surprise when you go out to dinner and she gets all dressed up and you're like, whoa, okay. So I knew it's almost like in sports when they talk about floors and ceilings for athletes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like girls in Dallas, when you see them, you see their ceiling at all times. Girls in the Midwest, you don't see their ceiling when you're going to the grocery store or whatever. You don't know what they can be. So if they're already like a 6 or a 7, you can tack on another 2, maybe even 3 for a Friday night when you take them out to meet your friends. So I don't know that women genetically are more attractive here than they are elsewhere. All I know is that when you see them, when you encounter them in the wild, they are more presenting. They are presenting their absolute best more often than say women elsewhere. That's what it is. So, but with that said, there's still a lot of amazing looking small town girls around here. I mean, strip clubs are
Yeah.
filled with them.
Well, and another thing,
shows from Tyler, who got out of Tyler and came to Dallas to dance on the stage for the money of the billionaire.
and I'm getting pretty good at tennis.
There you go. Look at that. That's an upside to it. That's
Never
good.
really played before.
All right. All right. I got something I want to mention to you. I saw a job today.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
an advertisement for a job. It is somebody in this neighborhood is looking for somebody that can fill these requirements. Do you know what the title of the job is, James? You tell me if you know what this job is. You know what the title of the job is?
No, I don't know.
Of course,
Is it the one I sent to you?
no, 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 no. Title
Okay.
of the job, someone in this area where I live, they're looking for a poop butler. A
Nope.
poop butler.
Nope.
Do you know what a poop butler is?
They had the guys that poop or scoop your yard.
Yeah, it's the guy who takes your dog out and walks. It's a dog walker. It's a fancy name for a dog walker who cleans up and then gets rid of the poop. And I
Yeah,
guess
so I heard about this from Dallas. My wife's aunt and her husband lived over on the M streets, and they had a guy that would scoop their yard and walk their dog. And so I heard about this like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. They recently moved to like kind of Richardson, Garland up there. But
uh,
yeah, I have heard of this before. This is okay.
it's a, I wonder what it pays. Dude gets hired, walk your dog, clean up his poop. By the way, Frank says, I noticed on Michigan Avenue, he's talking about women in Chicago. Frank, Michigan Avenue, stop it. Michigan Avenue, everyone's a 10. All the women on Michigan Avenue are 10s. That's like the high concentration area of every smoke show, super rich, shopping at Tiffany's and on the Mag Mile. That's a whole different kind of thing. So you can't look at Michigan Avenue and go, women in Chicago are hot. You got to get out in the neighborhoods. You got to go to a tavern on a Friday night and talk to some chick that's chain smoking Dorals and doing, shots of Malort. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for. All right, so poop butler. Tom says still wearing socks gear. Interesting. Well, yes, of course. I am still wearing socks gear. Not that it matters. And but James, you may notice I had to do something that I didn't think I was ever going to do. You know what that is? I had to do it today. I did it today.
What
You know
wear
what that
80s throwback
is?
socks gear?
What, thank you. This is a 1983 winning ugly hat. However, it's not so much a throwback because they do wear these hats every Sunday. These are the Sunday uniform hats. They wear the 83 uniforms on Sundays for Sunday
Why?
games. All teams do. All Major League Baseball teams have Sunday uniforms. They have
Yeah, but
something
why not like 84 or 87? Why 83?
because these uniforms are awesome and everybody likes them and they sell a shit ton. They sell out. Whenever they put the jerseys in stores, everybody buys them. I don't know. People like the red, white, and blue of the early 80s. So I did something today. Look, here's the other one. I didn't think I would do this. And my son is on vacation and he is going to be appalled. All right. So this hat, you may notice it looks brand new, right? I mean, look at it. Look at
It's
that
off
white.
frame. It's
That
off the screen.
How is it off the screen?
Well, because we're in the side by side, and you're looking at the preview of yourself. I see your head. Do you have something in your left hand? There you go.
There we go. Okay, you see this one, and now you see this one. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Look at mint condition. This one is. Look at that. This one mint condition. All right, so I had a tragedy on Lake Louisville over the weekend, and that is I lost my favorite hat of all time, which is my White Sox Batterman hat, which is a black hat with a different logo on it. It's a rare logo. There was a logo that they wore on their hats in spring training in 2020. Can't get them anywhere. It's now in the bottom of Lake Louisville, and I had a bit of a crisis. I had no more. I got another hat like this that I wear from time to time, and it's garbage and it's all junked up and it's dirty. And then I got my hat collection. I got hats that do not get worn. They do not get sweated in. They just sit, and they look nice. And my son is always like, Dad, why don't you wear these? I go, because you got to keep something pristine, son. So upon losing my favorite Batterman hat, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to start wearing the hats that I bought 3 years ago that I've never worn. And now I have hats again. But I got to tell you, I feel a bit broken inside. I feel like I'm cheating on my wife, like I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, now you're going to get a regular dose of the. And you know what else? You can gauge this on the show, folks. You can gauge how dirty the white gets over time because this is day one of me actually wearing this one. All right. Hey, what do you say we do a little monologue? Want to do a monologue?
I would love to do a little monologue, Pug. So glad you brought it up.
James likes to do monologues, and so I clicked. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the Comfort Nest Lounge, high atop the 1%er compound in beautiful, sunny downtown Highland Park, Texas. He is a man known the globe around, a comedy sensation, played for the crowned heads of Europe and 3 presidential inaugurations. Welcome to the stage, James LaRussa Parker.
Thank you. You're a beautiful crowd. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You're so nice. So nice. Happy Pride Month, by the way, Pugs.
Oh yeah, happy Pride Month to you.
Bill Cosby's sex abuse trial. He's got a new one, a civil trial underway in Santa Monica. His defense is weak, though. His only character witness is Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that ain't gonna help.
Tough start. In a recent interview, LeVar Burton said he was passed over for the Jeopardy hosting gig because the fix was in. I'll take sore losers for 1,000 Pugs.
Very good.
Right. 3-time All-American marathon runner Kenny Moore has passed away at age 78. Got a bunch of Olympic medals and everything. Survivors say that in recent years, though, he had slowed down considerably.
Come on. He's working hard for you.
I know. That's a too soon. Too soon, huh? In Indiana, a donut shop broke a world record when they sold 8,558 donuts in one day, and another record was broken when the pastries were all eaten by Pug's mom.
Oh, that ain't right. My mom has a wonderful figure. She doesn't even know my mom.
A 23-year-old German woman wants to marry a toy Boeing 737. She had previously dated a real 737, but it was carrying too much baggage.
There you go.
In Queensland, Australia, a 2-year-old boy somehow got stuck in an iron claw machine, but he was eventually freed. It took 2 rolls of quarters. You could have booed that one. That was
I kind of liked it.
June is National Camping Month, or as homeless people call it, June.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that one. I was playing with your levels. You're low. You're low today.
Your face is low. And finally, it was on this day in history, Pugs. In 1740, the Marquis de Sade was born. He was a weird baby, though. When he came out of the womb, he slapped the doctor.
See, that's funny if you know that sadism comes from de Sade. See? Get it? That's why James doing smart people jokes. Look at that. Marquis de Sade. He was a real sadist. Well, he wasn't. They didn't know what to call it in his time.
He was literally a sadist.
He was literally. All right. What do you got anything you want to get into here at the start of the show?
No, not really.
No. Okay. I don't really have anything either. I blew my wad on the poop butler thing. I do have something, but go ahead. Go ahead if you got something you want to jump on.
Well, let me send you a couple of clips here because did you see the new Ricky Gervais Supernature?
No, not yet. You talked about it last night.
All right. So I cut a couple clips in case you didn't have anything. No, I'm just playing. No, I'd cut a couple clips, but I was hoping Becky would be on tonight because I wanted to run them on the show when Becky was here, but she's apparently. Look, is she on the sidelines? Because I can't see if someone's on deck. She's not over there waiting, is she?
Nope.
Dang it! I was gonna try and save this for her, but maybe we'll just do this again whenever she can come on. Because we actually have some news. Me and Becky got invited to do a fill-in hosting gig for Walter Sterling. He's on the Westwood One network, but you know him as Walt Sabo. You remember that guy, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's going to be out on June 12th, and he asked if me and Becky would co-host his show as a fill-in. And so this is
what an incredible opportunity. How wonderful.
So Pugs, it really sucks she can't be on, but
will she be Becky or will she be her broadcast persona that she's known for years?
John Osterlin was not asked to fill in.
Really? Okay.
Rebecca Pratt was asked to fill in.
Okay.
So Rebecca is filling in, and is this history? Is this the first nationally syndicated, nationally network broadcasted show that's going to be hosted by a trans,
I
an
would
out trans?
think that has everything to do with whether or not Caitlyn Jenner has ever filled in for a radio show on the West Coast, possibly. I bet she has. Bruce Jenner was a broadcaster. Apparently, he's dead now. But Caitlyn,
Never existed, right?
I'm sure retains some of those. I mean, does Caitlyn get to keep the resume? How does that work? If Bruce Jenner is the dead name, does Caitlyn get to use Bruce's resume? Is it all just a matter of convenience? How does this work?
I think Winston Smith from 1984 has to go Photoshop wigs on all the old Wheaties boxes. So when you Google it now, that's what pops up.
Winston Smith.
I know. 2 smart jokes in one day.
Look at you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. It very well might be a monumentous occasion for trans rights in America. And look at you, right in the epicenter of it.
Yeah, right. I'm making transition. It's Pride Month, man. We might as well go big here. And so,
Sure.
so I just emailed you 3 of the clips, and I don't know. Maybe we'll do this. I'll run these by Becky when we're filling in on that national show instead of just this old raggedy stream that we do every once in a while.
Why? Should we give it a listen?
Absolutely. No, this would be good if it was just you and me talking about it here.
Okay. Well, good, because that's
Because
all it is.
the only context I want to sort of flavor the palate with before we have the main course is I would like to remember the context of people like Joe Rogan
Mhm,
and Dave Chappelle
mhm.
and a few other people who are like, hey man, I'm as liberal as anyone out there, but boys have a penis and girls have a vagina, and I'm not giving that one up. I'm not
Well,
pretending everything I knew my entire life up until 5 months ago like didn't exist. I can't do that.
I'm going to push back on that. I don't think that Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle have the same take. They're not the same issues. The trans communities are upset with Joe Rogan for different things than they're upset with Dave Chappelle for. If you've listened to Joe Rogan's comments on it, he is exactly what you just described. That's not Dave Chappelle's position on it. They just don't like that Dave Chappelle makes jokes. And it's one joke in particular about a woman that punched him in a bar, a trans woman who punched him in a bar. But they're not the same. They are both on the outs with the trans community, but for different contextual reasons. So, but
Well, okay, yeah, different flavors of the same dish here, but Ricky Gervais is coming in with his own flavor in this special, and there was like 5 jokes that I could just tell would get flagged by the content censors if you uploaded this to YouTube or something. But the story I heard after the fact was there were some staffers at Netflix who told their managers, you can't release this. This is wrong. This is literally violence. These words, this
all right,
hate speech and violence.
let's
Yeah.
give this
So
a
so
listen.
so I was dying to know. I'm like, well, if they were trying to stop this thing from getting released, or they were going to quit or whatever, and that's why Netflix had to release that statement. You're going to work on projects that you might not agree with 100%, and if you don't like it, you might have to go find work elsewhere. And so
Yeah.
this is what predicated that, and it doesn't really sound that crazy. These Ricky Gervais clips. So let's.
It should be noted that Ricky Gervais was roundly criticized by the trans community when this special was released a couple of weeks ago. But Ricky Gervais, he's got that FU money, and he's like, yeah, so what?
Mhm.
which I really admire.
I talk about AIDS, famine, cancer, the Holocaust, rape, paedophilia. But no, the one thing you mustn't joke about is identity politics. The one thing you should never joke about is the trans issue, right? They just want to be treated equally. I agree. That's why I include them. You know?
I love that joke. That is a good joke. That is a wonderful joke.
So that's why I wanted to include the context. When Dave Chappelle has been punched in the face, it's been for now twice he's had, physical assaults based on trans jokes. For all the decades of white people jokes, has a white person ever got pissed at him and gone up and punched him? No. So there is a weird reaction that is coming to these jokes, and it's different, and it's funny to point out.
All right, here we go. Here's the second clip from the new Ricky Gervais Netflix special.
Oh, women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs. Oh. Those dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and they're as good as... They're as good as gold. I love them.
No lies told. I don't know, you know, what can your problem be with that? That he's commenting on reality? That he's commenting on, you know, I heard nothing in either of those two clips that we've just played that should offend a trans person. Nothing.
Okay, but in that second clip, he's doing that thing that I do a lot where I tell you how stupid something is by telling you how much I like it.
Well, of course, yes, he's tongue-in-cheek in it, absolutely. All right, so here's the third clip now from Ricky Gervais's controversial new Netflix special.
If you're the type of person to revel in someone getting cancelled for something they said 10 years ago, you're just ensuring that one day you'll be cancelled for something you said today. You can't predict what will be offensive in the future. Nope. You don't know who the dominant mob will be. You know, like the worst thing you can say today, get you cancelled on Twitter, death threats, whatever. The worst thing you can say today is women don't have penises, right? Now, no one saw that coming. There are no 10-year-old tweets of people saying... You won't find a 10-year-old tweet of someone saying women don't have penises. Do you know why? We didn't think we had to.
All right, now that one runs just counter into the thesis that was behind the employees complaining to management about this special. That's the part. Well, it's not the funniest line he had, not the biggest line he had. But that gets at the heart of their little belief structure and the reason why they wanted it canceled.
Jeff Glenn, who, look at this, apparently he has been freed from the shackles of social media jail. He is back as Jeff Glenn. No more Jefferson Wainwright Glenn.
Well, no, this is his YouTube channel. He's
right. He seems to be back, but you know, he's been banned from everything because, well, he's a bit of a rabble rouser. Jeff Glenn, long time friend of mine, original caller, Warehouse Glenn, Warehouse Jeff from back in the radio days. He would call in, fight with me about everything. He has been a very progressive-minded dude, and he's Texan through and through. You know, I mean, he's definitely Texan, but he is a very progressive-minded guy. He says nobody is asking people to change. Well, look, why don't we do this, right? Because James likes when I do this. There you go.
I do. It's a great feature that Restream does. I love this.
Nobody is asking people to change what they've known their whole life. Okay, let's break that down. So nobody is asking people to change what they've known their whole life. That means if I'm to take that as nobody is asking me, you, or anybody else to stop thinking that men are men and women are women. Is that what you get from that? Because my whole life I've known that men are men and women are women. But my whole life, I'll also add, I've known that there are people who, what we used to call it was, oh, he's a boy in a girl's body or a girl in a boy's body. You know, we knew that there was some syndrome.
Or he's a transvestite. Whatever happened to transvestite?
No. Transvestites are different. See, this is it. This is the trans.
I'm just saying that's what it used to be simplified down into.
But
no, you are asking people to change what they've known their whole life. Sex has always been a binary through human history, going back through 10,000 years. Every society divides up men and women based on penis versus vagina. And so, yeah, you are. If you're asking them, and I think they are, to accept gender as a spectrum, and there's a wide range of gender experiences and not just man or woman, then, yeah, you are asking people to change what they've known their whole life up until about 5 months ago.
Okay, good. Now let me respond to that. You're asking me to change the idea that men are men and women are women and that there is a spectrum and all that. You're asking me to change that. And you know what I say to that? That's fine. I don't care. This is not really a battle I give a shit about. Whatever. So my issue is with people who are really dug in. My issue is with people who are somehow angered by the idea that there's this new thing that suddenly we just have to look at it differently. And that's when I go, oh, I get it. You're just a dick. That's all. You're being a dick because you're being asked to completely change something you've always thought out of respect for other people. And you're going, no, I won't do it. That's my issue with it. Look, hey, boys are boys, girls are girls. Oh, that's new now? You're a boy who wants to be a girl now? That is fine. I don't care. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. I'm cool with that. No big
Go
deal.
squat over a weed whacker. No harm to me.
Right. But there are people out there who are like infuriated by that notion, by the notion that somebody else, through their own liberty and freedoms, have decided to live their couple, whatever limited amount of spins on this globe that they have, doing shit their way. And I don't have a problem with that. So I am more interested in the people that are dug in, like, oh, that ain't right. I'm so angry. It's like, nah, you really? Because you're weird. If that really makes you angry, just go about your life, man.
I feel that for both sides of the aisle. Like, why does anyone care? Like, why do the tranny people care? They're like, I really need to go doo-doo in that other bathroom. It's like, just go doo-doo in the bathroom. The guy who owns the toilet wants you to, or go to another bathroom. Like, why do other people want to stop him? Like,
you're doing the bathroom thing.
Well, I love the bathroom thing, because the bathroom thing is the example that perfectly illustrates the libertarian thought process on this. And I hate to be so political about it, but it becomes when someone tries to force someone else to do something, and both sides are doing it. And it's very frustrating to watch both of y'all trying to talk me into being on your side. And I don't want to be on either one of your sides. I'm on my own side. Yeah. And the dude who owns the toilet makes the rules. If he just wants to have men and women bathrooms, cool.
No, but that's not enough, because he might not want black people in his toilets. That's why, because we don't have.
Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that and see how long you stay in business. I mean, look, Paula Deen lost her empire. Roseanne lost her show for saying it. There will be consequences. No one's going to have the balls to have a blacks only toilet. Pugs. That's ridiculous.
This is a false. This is a false narrative that we're writing here. One, nobody owns toilets. Okay, toilets are public restrooms.
No, every toilet is owned by well, I don't want to say every, but like in Target owns those toilets.
Right. Okay.
And so a private sector entity owns that toilet, and Target can make the rules for the toilets. If they want to have tranny bathrooms, or if they want to have trans be able to choose whatever bathroom they go in, who cares? Like, why does anyone want to stop Target from doing it? Conversely, if Target said, I only want people going to the biological sex bathroom and not their choice, why do people care if they want them to do that? I don't care either way about what Target does on the toilets.
When you frame it that way, I don't really care. However, why would Target not say biological bathrooms only? Is there a reason why they don't do that? Is there a reason why there isn't signs in Targets that say, if you were born a man, you go to the men's? Is there a reason?
Do they have signs like that in Target?
No, of course they don't. No, of course Target doesn't want anything to do with the bathroom issue. They are just waiting for these to go. Let me ask you this. So if someone is born a woman, no, let's do it the way that scares people. Someone is born a man, and then they are a trans person, so they are a trans woman, right?
Like Becky.
Like Becky, yes, trans.
I've had these conversations 6 trillion times at this point, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so where do you want Becky to go to the bathroom, or do you not care?
Don't care. I really
don't care. Okay, so then why do people care?
Well, because you have to set the rules some way, and if someone has a bathroom preference, good for them. If they don't want to like offer, ketchup on your hot dog, good for them, because they don't like it. However.
Okay, but if a person is living their life as a trans woman, they're no longer a man in their mind, in their heart, in their body,
right?
And they want to use the woman's bathroom. Shouldn't they be allowed to? I mean, wouldn't just the idea of a trans woman being out in public, having to use a men's room, open herself up to some potential violence?
No. My inherent problem was with the monolithic block that all the bathrooms are going to have the same rules. Let different people have different rules for different bathrooms.
Now we got bathrooms all over the place. We got black guy bathrooms. We got Asian guy bathrooms.
Right.
We've got all kinds of.
And so, look. let the people who have the more empathetic viewpoint actually be rewarded for not being a-holes about it, and let the people who are a-holes about their bathroom situation lose the business of people like Becky or anyone else who is offended on Becky's behalf, and let them be rewarded or punished according to whatever the market dictates. Maybe there isn't a big market for this. Maybe it'll be something like if anyone puts up a black bathroom, they'll probably be protested out of business, and rightfully so. If you don't like it, tell all your friends don't go there. Maybe have a protest about it. And if you raise a big enough stink, they'll end up like Roseanne Barr, just being floated off into some.
Big enough stink, floated off. You're making bathroom puns, aren't you?
I'm not doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that on purpose.
Let's address Jeff Ballard, our boy Jeff. Target has men and women restrooms. Never have I seen a trans male or trans women sign. Because they don't exist. So they obviously want only biological sexes in the restroom. I don't make that leap with Jeff.
No, I think there was something like 6 years ago where Target announced that trans could choose their own bathroom, and they were protested for it by a bunch of kind of right-wing Christian people.
That's how you stay out.
Which I thought was ridiculous.
Why were they protesting? What is their problem with it? This is because
they don't want men in the bathroom with women.
Because they're dicks.
With little girls.
Because they just refuse to accept the way you and I are like, whatever. They're just being assholes about it. That's all. They're looking for something to be angry about. Because I don't know. I'm gonna Google Target.
Well, you know what? I say let some businesses let trannies choose what bathroom they want, and let some businesses not, and then we'll actually have a body of information to where we can see, is there these negative consequences that happen if we let grown men in a dress go to the same bathroom as little girls? Are they going to put cameras in there? Is there going to be an uptick of sexual assaults? And if we have a multitude of bathroom experiences, then we'll actually have a body of information to where we can tell the right-wing Christian bigot, you're totally wrong and your concerns are unfounded. Here's the data and here's the real world experience. But without that, I mean, it's hard to argue against that guy.
We have we do have a definitive answer on Jeff Ballard. Jeff Ballard says, so obviously they want only biological sexes in the restroom. No, direct opposite. Target says transgender people can use the bathroom that fits their gender identity. We believe, here's a quote now from Target Corporation, we believe that everyone deserves to be protected from discrimination and treated equally. Target. That's their official policy. So Target's official policy is people can use the bathroom that fits their gender identity. There you go. I think Jeff made a leap. That's all.
That's a fairly recent policy. I think that's from like 2015 or 2016 because I was doing the morning show for a station in Waco. I just remember doing that on my morning show back in the day. I remember getting the audio from the people complaining. And the conclusion we came to on the James show 6 years ago or whenever that was is whoever owns the toilet gets to make the rules for it. If you don't like their rules, go to another toilet. There's going to be plenty of them.
Okay. I do think that Jeff now has struck gold, making my bathroom experience far more enjoyable.
The Buc-ee's model.
Just put floor-to-wall stalls around every toilet and urinal and just move on. I'm fine with that. I would be fine with a unisex bathroom. Just make little shit pods, little rooms that you could go into to do whatever you want, whether you're a man or a woman. The bathroom sinks and where you clean up and all that stuff, that can be unisex. That's fine. There's no weirdness about that, right? Other than, dudes who come out. You ever seen the dude who comes out of the toilet with his pants still down and he's like, and he's like doing his belt. He's already halfway out of the stall. I would love if the world just embraced the idea of the shit pod, just the little room you could go into.
All right. I have a few pushbacks on that, but I'm not 100% on this. Just here's some concerns I have about that situation. Number one, I worked in an office building that had the whole floor to ceiling wall thing around all the stalls. And if you went to the bathroom in the afternoon, you would open the door and the gust of 1,000 dumps would just hit you in the face. Like everyone who'd pooped in that toilet, it had collected there. And ventilation was an issue. It was awful. Like after lunch, just don't even bother going to the bathroom. If you're going in, right. It was a cloud. Here's another concern. I remember there was this vodka bar that's over by where you're at now. It was called Nikita. Do you remember that
I
place,
sure do.
Nikita?
I remember Nikita. Oh,
Yeah.
man, the
Oh man, that was
frozen
fun.
vodka shots. Oh,
Oh, and
so good.
dude, and the bartenders were beautiful,
It
and
didn't
like,
even taste like vodka because it's so frozen. It's just, like, goes right down. Yeah, and the bartenders were do you know that place was run by the Russian mob?
oh, I would get that it was called Nikita.
Mhm,
Like,
yeah.
I just assumed it was, and plus
I
it was very nicely decorated and staffed.
Our mutual friend, Bruce was an investor in that place.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and
Oh my god. Well, he got a lot of my money when I was dating Nan. Remember Nan?
oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Sounds like
so
a
yeah, you remember Nan. Um, they had a unisex bathroom. And
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I thought it was cool like the first 10 times, but like one time actually I was there and it wasn't even that late. It wasn't like a Saturday night when it was all crowded and thumping. It was like a Thursday happy hour at like 5:30 in the evening. But I actually had to take a dump and I didn't want to go because you don't want to be the dude taking the dump in the unisex bathroom, especially when it's not that busy. And then you come out and it smells like a goddamn paper mill the second you open your stall door, and everyone
Well, I
it just
disagree with you. I'm all for the unisex bathroom, and as, Charlie says here, he says, "How many bathrooms do you wanna have? You'll make it $50 for a beer at a baseball game." Yeah, I agree. 1 bathroom, 1 unisex bathroom. Make them nice, have little poop pods, you can go in, little room. Drug addicts will love it. They can fix up in privacy. You don't have to I don't wanna see dangling feet. I don't wanna see anything. I just wanna see a room with floor to ceiling, doors and walls, and you go in there and you do your business. Maybe you get a mirror inside there, and then when you come out, you even go into another room. Have you ever seen those fancy bathrooms where they have the shit and
lobby.
piss part, and then the lobby is where the sinks are? It's that's
That's
very nice.
women's restrooms at JC Penney.
Well, that is a is that a thing at Jay-Z? Because I like where you only have the one bank of sinks, where you have the women's pee and poop room and the guys' pee and poop room, and then both people come together at
It's
the
it's
unisex
terribly
sink.
inefficient though. And see,
How?
well, the least enjoyable part of the men's public urinal experience is the trough, but it is wildly efficient. You
No,
can get
come on,
so many dudes
dude.
emptying so many bladders in such
Animal?
a smaller use of
No,
space,
no.
and the word is really is a more efficient use of space and time to
Okay.
have these dudes just trolling in between quarters or at halftime and
No.
just getting it all out with the
Dude,
trough saying that's why troughs exist.
the troughs haven't existed since stadium. The last troughs were built in stadiums that were put together in the 30s and the 20s. No stadium built since then has a trough, James. That's not a thing.
I think
That
they
is,
had a trough in New
it
Orleans
ain't.
for a while.
Yeah, yeah, and probably a very old venue, probably a really old venue. Yes, there was a trough at Wrigley Field. There was a trough at the old Soldier Field, which was built in
Lambeau.
1910. Yes, but even those places when they renovated, they got rid of the troughs. They can make it work. Look, there are some very smart people building. There are some very smart bathroom architects out there making use of all the. And so what? Okay, so you can have the personal little rooms. Maybe you stack them on top of each other. Maybe little steps. You know, you go up, you can build bunk beds. You can do it. You can make it work. However, this is a good point that you have about the expediency of the whole process. If people are allowed to go into a bathroom stall that has floor to ceiling walls and a door where you can't see feet or anything, they will spend exponentially more time in there than if it was just like you're all crowded and you're being pushed and you're
You'll
peeing
get comfortable, you'll check your phone.
phone. You'll work it out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it takes a little
You
longer.
can't check your phone at the trough, Bugs.
No, you can't. No, and you know you'll have people going in there. Probably be some sex going on. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
I've been to clubs that have the private bathrooms. You know, where the back of the club is just like 15 rooms, and they're just
Oh,
private bathroom, and everybody's doing drugs and having sex in them, and you're like, ugh. But you know, it's a thing. But
that
you
was
know,
the thing in New Orleans, man. Because, dude, hanging out in like the French Quarter, you have the tourists, and it's that guy. Like whenever you go to conventions, you know, there's like 5% of guys that just go buck fucking wild. It's like I'm away from the wife for a weekend. I'm going nuts. And so that's what New Orleans is always like when you go to the quarter. And God, if they ever had private bathrooms, you know, someone's getting head like 2 stalls down. And
mhm.
I know it's like some people are like, "Ooh, that sounds sexy." No, when you see the people that come out, you
Yeah.
wish you hadn't heard any of that.
The kind of
It's
person that
awful.
would have sex in a shitter at a club. You know,
It's awful. It's
that's
awful.
very rarely somebody that you would fantasize about. All right. Well, this was good. I think we've exhausted the conversation regarding toilets and how we should pee and all that kind of stuff. I did have something I wanted to bring up here.
Well, hey, I just want to point out that started with the Ricky Gervais special, and I think you would enjoy seeing it, Pugs, because
Oh, yeah.
other than there's a ton of other things. He spends only a small amount of the real estate in that special on the trans issues. He makes some good Holocaust jokes and everything.
Sure. He's Ricky Gervais. He's
Yeah.
awful and funny. And
Yeah.
you're allowed to be awful as long as it's funny. It's my
You'll
rule
love
with
it.
my
You'll
kid.
love it.
My
You'll
my
love it.
my kid is allowed to swear as long as it's funny. Like if you are swearing in order to elicit some sort of positive reaction, if you're trying to make me laugh by swearing, then that is fine. You are not allowed to swear or be hurtful towards anybody just to be hurtful or just to be angry. But if you're doing it to bring joy or somehow make someone laugh, then I'm all for it. It is about context. It is not about simply saying you can't say this particular word and then no explanation. What is that? What are we looking at?
I just caught myself staring at my cup because it is one of those animated cups.
That's a pretty trippy cup, dude.
Yeah, it's a trippy cup. This is from the crew of Toth.
That's a good cup.
Yeah,
That's a very good cup.
Toth.
All right, so I wanted to talk about this. There was actually a couple of stories that I had loaded here on today. I just couldn't find them. This was one that was trending earlier today, and then after the show, I had to run around. I had to do some stuff because my kid cut his foot. Don't know if you heard the whole story. Don't want to
Yeah,
go
I
into
did.
it. But I was able to look into this story a little bit more. Did you see why Wonder Woman was trending earlier today?
No, I didn't. Why was she trending? What the hell? Oh, Linda Carter did something, didn't she?
What? No, but Linda Carter did something in reaction to something that was already happening concerning Wonder Woman, and then it became a whole bigger thing because Linda Carter went and got herself involved.
Okay, so I don't know the story. Fill me in.
So it's you brought it up. It is Pride Month here in the good old U.S. of A.
Congratulations, Pugs.
Thank you, James, and to you yourself as well. Happy Pride to you. I think we
very
can all.
Proud of all the sex I've been having.
I'm very proud of quite a few things. Wonder Woman was brought up as the first truly lesbian icon. And there were, all kinds of conversations about it. And then somebody who just couldn't fathom the idea that Wonder Woman is a lesbian, somebody who obviously is unfamiliar with the context and the backstory and the exposition of Wonder Woman and where she comes from, started talking about how, you gays want everything. Oh, no, suddenly Wonder Woman is gay. So the argument became, and the debate became, that Wonder Woman has always been gay. That Wonder Woman, the story of Wonder Woman has always been of gay women who do not need men, who have created their own island in their own society, and they've become super with each other's powers and all that stuff. That's the whole point of Wonder Woman. There are apparently all of these undertones at the time that it was first created back in the 1930s, where it was, apparently the dude who wrote it was gay, or whatever, or was a woman, whatever it was. I don't know. I didn't go that deep into it. So Linda Carter got herself involved today. Linda Carter, in response to the debate that was occurring on Twitter, Linda Carter, of course, the Wonder Woman from the 1970s. And let me just tell you, va-va-voom. If I'm being honest, I do rank Gal Gadot, the modern Wonder Woman, as slightly higher than 1970s Linda Carter. But there are no losers in that foot race, James. First place, second place, it doesn't matter. They are both fantastic.
Well, and you also got to grain of salt anything before the 90s, when we learned so much more medically speaking about making women hotter. It's like comparing the NFL in the Super Bowl era to the NFL before that.
I call it pre-aerobics bodies. Women in the 70s had pre-aerobics bodies that were more natural, more rounded, a little bit doughier. They hadn't, in the 1980s is when they started to tighten everything up. And so since like 1985 in the Jane Fonda workout, we have come to expect a different type of aesthetic from a female body.
Right. Sort of and I guess Buns of Steel would be sort of like the Nirvana turning point of that.
And now it's all cross training.
Oh, so you get it. That's exactly what I'm saying. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Comparing Linda Carter in 1977 to whatever the hottest chick is now. It's a different ball game. And Linda Carter, she should get sort of a couple extra handicap points added to her score because of the year in which she was in her prime.
Yes, but with that said, I can tell you that I don't care. Like, you know, I mean, I like the nice, tight, aerobicized body as well, but I also really enjoy the Victoria Principal of 1979, the Linda Carter, the Farrah Fawcett of the mid 1970s. I mean, look, I think that the pre-aerobicized body, when done properly, is wonderful, world
Well,
class.
that's not what you
It's
say about
just
Marilyn Monroe. You say
well,
Marilyn Monroe's a 6 or whatever.
yeah, no, that's based on face almost entirely. Marilyn Monroe's face is not. You put Marilyn Monroe's face right next to Gal Gadot's face, and it's like it's not even. It's like, hey, who's your ugly friend, Gal? It's not. It's not even close. So here is what Wonder Woman Linda Carter said today when she inserted herself into the debate as to whether or not Wonder Woman is a lesbian icon. Linda Carter says, "I didn't write Wonder Woman. But if you want to argue that she is somehow not a queer or trans or lesbian icon, then you're not paying attention. Every time someone comes up to me and says that Wonder Woman helped them while they were closeted, it reminds me of how special the role is." Okay. So, look, I can't even believe this is a debate. I mean, I've always thought that's part of the hotness of Wonder Woman is that island that she comes from. What guy hasn't, looked at that island and been like, all right, I see what's
Right, bro.
going
Tell
on
me
there.
about this island because I don't know about the island she's from. I don't know the comic backstories.
What?
What?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, we'll pull this up. Well, if we got to get into it, that's fine. She comes. Okay, so so you're on from. Did you not see the movie Wonder Woman?
No.
Really?
I don't even remember. Look, I remember Linda Carter when I was like 3 years old making a wee wee move for the first time, and I had no idea why. But I don't know what the exposition was.
How
Eh,
can you not? You didn't see Wonder Woman the Gal Gadot? That's actually a
I
really
didn't.
good
I
movie.
never saw that, and I heard it was good. And if it was
Real
on in
good.
front of me, I would watch it. I'm not against it. I just never got around to it, and so I really do
Yeah,
just have a weird hole in my knowledge of
Gal,
Wonder Woman. It's
Gal
kind of
Gadot.
convenient though, because you got to assume some of the people listening don't know this whole backstory too. So on their behalf, can you fill me in?
Yeah, happily.
Is she
Uh,
from the
uh,
island of Lesbos or something?
yes, yes. In her debut in All Star Comics #8, Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, was a member of a tribe of women called the Amazons, native to Paradise Island, a secluded island set in the middle of a vast ocean. Captain Steve Trevor's plane crashes on the island, and he is found alive but unconscious by Diana and fellow Amazon women. And Diana has him nursed back to health. Here, let's just Paradise Island. We'll click on that. Paradise Island is the island that Wonder Woman is from. Also known as Themyscira. It's supposed to be based on Lesbos, on the legend and the myth of the island of Lesbos, where the name. But that's not true. The island of Lesbos was never all women.
Don't ruin it for me, Pugs. Let me have
It was
this.
never.
Just let me have this.
Themyscira, or Paradise Island, is a fictional unitary sovereign city-state and
Is it?
archipelago island nation appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. Previously known as Paradise Island and the Amazon Isles, it first appeared in All-Star Comics #8. Themyscira is a segregated nation of women governed by Aphrodite's law, which declared that the Amazon women would be immortal as long as no man sets foot on their island. Men are banned from Themyscira under penalty of death. The location is undisclosed. As a security measure, the island can shift its
That
location.
sounds quite bigoted to my ears, Pugs. I'm sensing a little bigotry, anti-male. What would this be, misandry?
But the
I'm
best
very
kind,
offended.
the
Oh
absolute
yeah,
best kind
please,
of
please.
bigotry. I mean, it's just wonderful.
I know girls need a place to les out sometimes.
They do. Themyscira is a theocracy and capital city that serves as Amazonian's government and place of origin for Wonder Woman. The name of the entire archipelago became the Paradise Islands when the city was renamed. The character. Come on, get to me about the lesbian stuff. There's all kinds of lesbian stuff. Uh, uh, all right, hold on. Well, look, that is lesbian style. I don't need to go. What do you need to be hit over the head with it? It's this entire society of
I'm
super
convinced. You
hot
got me.
women who have you seen the way they dress? They run around in really revealing stuff. They're not doing that for guys. If this was an
I haven't
island
seen
of
the way
all
they
women,
dress. Were they in bikinis or something? Loincloth? Are they topless?
are you kidding me?
Please, God.
Oh, hold on. We'll show you.
It'd be worth dying to go to this island.
What is this place called? Let's see what this place is called.
It's called Heaven so far.
Yeah,
and they all look like Linda Carter. Is that the door? Gal Gadot?
Oh my God. Well, Wonder Woman's mom is here.
Well, who is Wonder Woman's dad? Is my question.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Is there no dad? Did they just squish two women together really hard?
Well, that is the question. There is no dad. All right, here we go.
Come on. There's some lucky dude.
All right. Trying to find a good picture, but I can't. Well, this is not going to make you happy. It's just because they seem to be. This is a modern interpretation of the Paradise Island where she's from. And because it's a modern interpretation, all kinds of women are represented, James. Not just the ones from, history. You got a heavy set lady there, which is fine. But
a lot of them are heavy set.
Here we go. Right. Hold on. All right. But you see, there are some hot. Oh, I don't know why I can't get a good picture here. This is terrible. All right. Here, what about this one? Oh, this one is more in tune with the comic books.
So these chicks are all banging. None of them are flat.
There you go. Oh yeah, and they all dress, in Wonder Woman costumes. You know what Wonder Woman dresses like?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let's do this.
They're very fashionable. This
show you Wonder Woman
Paradise Island.
What was it? 2017.
Do they show the island in the Gal Gadot version?
Oh yeah, the whole first half of the movie takes place at the island. Okay, so here's here we'll show you this. There we go. The whole first half of the movie. It's the whole origin story, the setup. Okay, so there you go. So that's Wonder Woman on her island. That's her mom. Her mom is like the queen. Her mom is Robin Wright.
Oh, Buttercup.
Look at Buttercup. Look at the little outfit. Look there are no men. They're not dressing like this for men.
This is Claire Underwood. Yeah.
This isn't functional in war. There you go. There's young Wonder Woman learning to fight on the island. There she is there. There she is there. There's okay, so there's
Man, Gal Gadot is just crazy beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah. Diane Lane. So look, Diane Lane is like Wonder Woman's aunt. And Robin Wright is Wonder Woman's mom. But they're not sisters.
She's got to have a dad.
No, are you getting where I'm going here? She was raised with calling this woman aunt. It's her mom's best friend. They're both smoking hot women. They live alone on an island. Are you putting it together? So here you go. This is
wear a lot of leather.
Wait. Or is it Connie Nielsen? I don't know. Maybe it's not Robin Wright. Is that Connie Nielsen? I get Robin Wright and Connie Nielsen confused.
Well, that's not Robin Wright.
All right, maybe it's Connie. That's not Robin Wright right there?
Kind of hard to tell.
It's Connie Nielsen.
That's not Robin Wright.
That's Connie Nielsen. Connie Nielsen looks like Robin Wright to me. They're both very sexy.
No, totally.
All right, look at this. So there you go. That's so
her
right
mom's.
Here in the middle you got your Wonder Woman, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here, which one is mom? Here on the left is her mom, the queen, and then here on the left is her mom's lesbian partner, Diane Lane. I think is that who it is? I don't know. I'm so confused. All I know is that it's a very enjoyable storyline, and it is most definitely lesbian in nature. There is all kinds of stuff going on there. They don't have to say it.
She's at least bi. Yeah.
There's no dudes. It's an island full of very.
Well, someone is her dad. Okay, I don't know the story behind it, but that she didn't fertilize herself, and neither did her lesbian wife.
All right. Hold on. Oh, really? You're holding. So,
two girls cannot make a baby. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll stand on that one.
So you are willing to believe that a woman can have superpowers because she comes from a fictional island where all the women have superpowers, but you're unwilling to believe that within that realm of superpowers and fiction that you could produce a baby without a man. Just you see,
I'm rolling with it. No. I'm not fighting this battle because that's what the gay movement needs to just finally realize and just roll with. Can you just lead with the women? You're going to get far less pushback if you just lead with the women.
Here you go. This explains a lot of it. All right. So and now I'm remembering this. Now that I asked the question, I've got the answer and I'm remembering it. Wonder Woman's father is Zeus.
I knew it had to be somebody.
Somebody with enough.
So that problem is solved. Problem solved. Good.
To make an island full of lesbian warrior princesses give up all of their lesbian and go dude. With the 2011 relaunch of DC Comics dubbed the New 5-2, Zeus has received a prominent role in the Wonder Woman mythos, as he is now the biological father of Wonder Woman through Hippolyta. Zeus's origins and early history mostly conform to the way. All right, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I just like the Wonder Woman movies because I love Gal Gadot and I find them to be very entertaining. Very, very well done superhero movies. And Wonder Woman is definitely lesbian. Now, she might be bi now because she did meet the pilot who crashed into her island in World War II. That's how she got brought back to America. She met him, and it was the first man she ever saw, and she went, huh? So, maybe they're all forced to be lesbian. You know what I mean? It's like they're lesbians because
right. Yeah, just out of habit. But a dick shows up and their instincts kick in. And I love this. Leslie McDaniel says Parker is really conservative. Yeah, the conservative that wants to legalize all drugs. Like one of the dumbest things. Yeah, let me go into my anti-conservative rant. You know how dumb it is to be in Texas and I can't buy liquor on Sundays?
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's a conservative thing that I want to shake all my conservative friends and go, can we at least just start there? Limited government people. Like, I can't go get Fireball on Sunday. Why? Because it's God's day. God wants me to have Fireball or he wouldn't have invented it.
You know how dumb it is that I could go to the weed store on a Friday afternoon in Chicago, and now if I even had anything like that here, I'd suddenly be a criminal? Yeah, that's definitely weird. There are some weird things. I'm a criminal here, and I'm a participant in a thriving economy there.
We're like the only state that doesn't do even Indian casinos. Like, I think we should have gambling we gotta have a gambling booth at Walmart for all I care. Why don't we have gambling here? Why don't we have prostitution? Why don't we have all legal drugs? Yeah, I'm real Pat Buchanan, Leslie.
You're not conservative in the right, left sort of liberal conservative galaxy. You're a mess. You're a mess. We're all messes. And look, honestly, I think if you're not a mess, if you're not a bouillabaisse of different points of views and ideologies, then you're dishonest. Because
there's a spectrum. And look, there's some people that line up perfectly with Rachel Maddow or Sean Hannity, and it must be nice to be. No. Look, there's a mix. Everyone's a mix, but some of people's mixes actually fall into that narrow category, and it really must be nice. It really must be nice to be able to kind of fit into one of the teams. I'm jealous of those people.
I don't know. I take a little from here, a little from there. End of the day, I know that I'm more progressive than I'm not, and I know that I'm more open-minded and respectful and accepting of change than most people are. That is one thing that I've always been good with change. I don't care. I don't care if it's something I'm used to. I don't get threatened by some new concept or having to learn something a new way.
Yeah, Leslie says, I want to like you. All right, Leslie, I'm officiating a lesbian wedding later this year. Does that help? Like, what do I have to do? Like,
one of his closest friends is a trans woman.
And it's exhausting.
He's conservative, but he's not conservative. He's a mess. He's a mess. But Leslie's not. Leslie's awesome. She's really smart, and she likes to fight, and that's kind of fun.
I like both of the Leslies. What's the other Leslie that gives me
Collins?
grief? Yeah, I like that.
Collins is awesome, too.
I think she has a problem with me because she disagrees with me politically, but she thinks I'm handsome, so.
There you go. That might be true. And there goes James. All right, folks. Love you all so much. I know you did, Leslie. Thank you so much. Leslie has been on Team Donate from the very beginning. she's, I don't know. Someday I'll be able to repay her. I don't know how that will be, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Actually, probably not. But hey, you know what? That's fine. James, you look common. Ooh, and he's gone. I love it. Common. Pugs is fine if you ask him to give up what he's known all his life. Yeah, that is true. That's fine. I don't care. I look forward. Jeff, it's not about what I've known all my life. It's about what I learn tomorrow. I embrace that. All right, guys. That's it. We're out of here. Thank you so much. I love y'all. We'll see you back tomorrow for high noon. And that'll be that with that. This was fun. You're fun. We're all fun. Bye, everybody. Down the road I'll travel, far from the comfort nest. I am on a never-ending quest. Okay, I gotta come back because Byron, you just made me laugh out loud. Byron suggests that I can watch old shows to revisit my lost hat. Stop it, man. That is too funny. I'm on a never-ending quest.